Yes, am I audible, guys? Live आ गया हूँ, कैमरा ऑन नहीं है.
चेंज ही नहीं किया.
क्या चेंज करना था?
दोबारा करना पड़ेगा, एडिट तो करो. नहीं, दोबारा ऑन करना
ठीक है ना,
पड़ेगा.
चेहरा नहीं दिख रहा है तो प्रॉब्लम है.
नहीं, पर ये दिख रहा है सर.
ये क्या है?
वैसे ही मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करूंगा ना यार.
एक सेकंड.
स्क्रीन शेयर होगा?
स्क्रीन तो हो जाएगा.
स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हो.
Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible? Yes, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सभी को? Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
दिख रहा है.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Pranshu Rathor and I work as a technical manager for Selected.com. Right. So let's wait for a few more minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Let us wait for everyone else to join. Till then, you can tell me from where you belong. Okay, which degree you have pursued. So you can tell something about yourself. So I will know about my audience. Bangalore, Varanasi, okay. MCA. Yes, hello everyone. Hi Aman. Okay, Mumbai, Varanasi, BTech in data science, Gujarat, Lucknow. Okay, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Nigeria, Patna, Gujarat, Jalgaon. Okay, I can see there are students from Pan India, right? Jharkhand, Pune, okay. Indore, Aligarh, Udupi, okay. Indore, Dharashiv, Kolkata, Pune, Ghaziabad, Hyderabad, Haryana. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'll tell you what will be today's agenda. Okay, so आज हम क्या करने वाले हैं ये मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, right? So what we are going to do in today's session. So in today's session, what we will do, we will learn to create a server, okay, and how you can create APIs through that server. So these two are our main objective for today. Okay, how you can create a server and how you can create APIs through that server so that you can connect to that server, right? So what we have to do, we are going to make our server with the help of Node.js, right? So I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. So my screen is visible to everyone. Yes, using Express, using Node, right? Okay, okay. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to build a server, right? So for creating a server, let us first, I'll type control R, and in this control R, I'll type cmd. Okay. So you can see a window like this, right? And here, first of all, we will check whether node is installed or not. So I can write node hyphen v. Okay, so why we are giving hyphen v? So that we can check the version of node. Let us hit enter, and you can see that node is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay, because यहाँ पर node installed नहीं है हमारे system में, right? So we don't have node installed in our system. So first we will install node, right? So I'll search node.js here. Okay, and you will get the website of node.js, and you can click on this get node.js and just install it like other installers. Okay, so I'll save it. Okay, and you can see you will get a setup wizard like this, and you can click on next, next. Okay, next. Okay, and next, and install. Right. So now node will take some time to install. Till then, what we can do, we can set up our development environment. ओके, एडवांस नोड जेएस सिखाओगे? हाँ, एडवांस ही करेंगे, है ना? अभी बस थोड़ा बेसिक चीजें देखने वाले हैं, सर्वर कैसे बनाना है और ये सारी चीजें, राइट? हाउ टू गेट सर्टिफिकेट फॉर दिस? सर्टिफिकेट के लिए आपको एक क्विज मिलेगी सेशन के एंड में, उस क्विज को आपको अटेम्प्ट करना होगा और आपके पास ऑटोमेटिकली सर्टिफिकेट आ जाएगा आपके ईमेल आईडी। ओके, let us check. Okay, node is getting installed. Till then, what we can do, we can set up our development environment, right? So for setting that development environment, okay, node is also installed, so click on finish. Okay, so for setting a development environment, what I will do, I will first create a folder. Okay, and I'll name this folder as node hyphen server, right? So this is the name of my project folder, node server. Now what you have to do, you have to open the folder in VS Code. Okay, so we are going to use VS Code editor in this, and this is that VS Code, right? So you can see VS Code is open, and you can trust this folder and close this window and go to terminal and new terminal, right? So VS Code already have an integrated terminal, and inside this terminal, now let us check node is installed or not. So node hyphen v. So now you can see I'm getting the version of node, that is 22.18, right? Now to initialize node inside this folder, so we can write npm init. Okay. So what is npm? Npm stands for Node Package Manager. Okay. So it is the package manager for Node runtime. Just like we have pip, Python package manager for Python environment. So we have npm Node Package Manager for Node environment. So we can initialize npm. Okay. So you can see I'm getting one error that cannot be loaded because running script is disabled on this system. Okay, so we can enable the scripts. Okay, so for enabling the scripts, what we have to do? Okay, I'll go to the browser. So where is the browser? Yes, this is the browser. Okay, and here we will search. Okay, running scripts is disabled. Okay, so you have to run one small command, that is set execution policy. Okay, so see more and you will see that command. Yes, set execution policy remote signed. Okay, so you can copy this. Right now, what we have to do, we have to go to our Windows and search for PowerShell. Okay, and run PowerShell as administrator. Right, and click yes. Okay, so this is my PowerShell. I can paste that command. Okay, and you can hit enter. Or you can simplify this command. You can remove this scope, and You can also remove this execution policy. Okay, just you have to write set execution policy to remote signed. Let us hit enter. Okay, now it is asking you that you have to change the policy yes to all. So A, enter, and it is done. Right. Now you can go back to VS Code, and now again we can write npm init. Okay, so now you can see this utility will walk you through creating a package.json file. Now, what is package.json file? Package.json file is the information about your project. Okay, what is the name of your project? So it is asking me the package name, you can see. Okay, so let the package name be server only. Now it is asking me the version. So this is the first version. It is asking me description, so I can give description about my project. So this is node server. Right, let us hit enter. Entry point, so index.js. Test command, we are not going to perform any testing on this project, so I'm not giving any test command. Now it is asking me git repository. Okay, so if you want to create a git repository for your project, you can give that URL here. Now it is asking me keywords, so I can write some keywords. So Node, Express, Mongoose. Okay, let us hit enter. It is asking me the author, so I can write my name. Okay, so I am the author of this project. License, leave it as default ISC. Okay, now it is asking me that this information is correct. Yes, okay, right. So now you can see one package.json file is created. Right, so package.json file is simply information about your project. Okay, what is the project name, what is the project version, description, and all these things. Okay, now we have successfully created the node environment, right? Now inside the node environment, we have to use one framework to create a server, right? So for creating a server, we will use Express package. Okay, and everyone is getting what I'm telling you. Will this be uploaded? Yes, of course, it will be uploaded on YouTube. Everyone getting it. How you can initialize node inside a project folder, right? It is very easy. Npm init, just answer the questions, and one package.json file will be created, right? And now what we have to do, we have to use one framework to create a server, right? So for framework, you can search for Express, and okay, I'm getting something else, so I'll write express.js. So now you can see this is the framework that we are going to use. Okay, so Express.js, that is fast, unopinionated, minimalist web framework for Node.js, right? So let us go back to our project and let us install it. So npm I is short for install, and write the package name, that is Express. Okay, so now you can see that package is installing, and this package is installed. We are getting a node modules folder. So inside the node modules folder, we will have all our dependencies that we are going to use in the project. Dependencies means all the third party packages or libraries, frameworks that we are going to use. It will be stored in this node modules folder. Then we have also one more file, package log.json. Okay. Now, why we have this package log.json file? It will log the versions of the packages that we are using, so that I will not run into any compatibility issues on different machines with different versions. Right. Now let us close this, and once again I'll create a new file, and I'll name this file as index.js. Okay, so this will be our main file, okay, through which we will run or create our server. So first, what we have to do, we have installed Express, so we have to import it inside our project. So I will import it. So for importing Express, you can make one variable. So const, through const you can make variables in JavaScript. So I'm writing const Express is equals to require. Okay, so require is a function. Okay, so require is a function that will help you to import the packages that you have installed. So we have to import Express, right? Now I have successfully imported Express. Now I have to initialize the Express. So once again, I'll make one variable, that is app. Okay, and here I will initialize Express. Initialize Express means Express is a function and I'll simply call it. Now this app variable will have all the powers of Express package, right? So I can write app dot listen. Okay. So inside app, you will get one listen function. So what this listen function will do, it will listen our server to some port number. So you can define a port number. Let us define 5000. Okay. And second parameter will be a callback function. So why we are giving a callback function? Because we want to know, okay, that server is listening or not. So just for confirmation, we are giving a console log. Okay, so log, and here I'll write one string, server is started at port 5000, right? So that's it. Okay, so our server is created successfully, right? And I'll give the auto save here. Now to run your server, what you need to do, you have to write node command and you have to give your file name, that is index. So I'll write node index and let us hit enter and allow this node runtime in your system. And you can see it is giving me a console log, server is started at port 5000. Okay. Now what we can do, we can check this. So here I can write localhost. Our server is running on localhost and I'll give the port number 5000. Now it is giving me one message that cannot get slash. Okay. So we have successfully created a server, but now we have to create APIs. Okay. What are APIs? APIs are application programming interfaces that will help you to connect to the server. Okay. So we need something through which we can connect to our server. So that for that we will create APIs. So I'll create one app.get API. Okay, so what get API will do? Get API will get the data from the server. Okay, so let us make a slash API so that it is the error it was showing me cannot get slash. So I'm implementing on slash API. Now every API will have one request and will give one response. So I'm making two parameters in the callback function, request and response. And here we can send something to response dot send, and here you can send some message, hello world, right? Now let us restart our server. So every time you change your code in the server, you need to restart it. So server started at port 5000 again, and ठीक है, आपके VS कोड पे अगर शो कर रहा है नोड इज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज, तो आपका नोड इंस्टॉल्ड नहीं है. ओके, सो नोड को पहले इंस्टॉल कर लीजिए और फिर आप उसको चला सकते हैं. राइट, सो पहले जो मुझे एरर आ रहा था, नाउ लेट अस रिफ्रेश इट. So now you can see we are getting a hello world message. Okay. So we have successfully created a API that is giving us the hello world. Okay. So like this, I can create APIs for getting the data, for posting the data. Posting the data means we will send data from client to server. Okay, from the front end to back end, right? And you can make put API updating. Okay, and you can also make delete API to delete something. Okay. Now our server is ready. Now what is the next thing I need to connect to the server? It is the databases. Okay. So for databases, I'm going to use MongoDB. Okay. So here I'll search for MongoDB Atlas. Okay. So what is MongoDB Atlas? So MongoDB Atlas is a cloud platform, okay, that will give you the services of databases, and MongoDB is a NoSQL database, right? So you have to create an account here. So I can click on sign up with Google. I'll sign up with Google directly. Okay, and I'll select this account. Okay, let us continue. Okay, so it is telling me that signing in. Okay, so you can see it is asking you to accept the terms and conditions. So accept the terms and condition. Okay, so you can see their tagline: "Welcome to MongoDB Atlas, the modern database for everything." Right. So now it will ask you some questions. What is your primary goal? So you can select learn MongoDB, and how have you been developing MongoDB? So you can tell that I have never used MongoDB. What programming language are you primary building? So we can give JavaScript, Node.js. What types of data will your project use? So we are not sure about the data, so not sure. Right. Will your application include any of the following architectural models? So we are also not sure for this, and you can click on finish. Right. Okay. After finishing creating your account, now you will have to create a cluster. Okay. Now what is the cluster? Cluster is the shared part of the cloud. Okay. So for the free tier, you will get a shared RAM and shared CPU. Okay, and storage of 512 MB. So that is known as the cluster. It is the shared part of the cloud. Okay. So in the free tier, you will get the shared RAM and shared CPU. Right. And you can give your name to the cluster. So here it is, the default name is cluster 0. And also what you can do, let me reduce the brightness. Okay. Okay, and what you can do, you can select the provider. So I'm selecting AWS as the provider, and I'm selecting Mumbai as my server. Right, now what you have to do, you can just click on create deployment. Okay, now it will ask you some questions, and we will select the traffic lights and verify. Okay, now it is giving you the password for connecting to your database. So copy this password. Okay, and click on create database user. And what we can do, we can paste this password here so that we will not forget. Okay, so this is my database password. Go back to the dashboard and choose a connection method. Right now we have to choose how we can connect to MongoDB. Okay, so why it is coming like this? Okay, I'll reload this page. Okay, you can click on connect to the cluster. Okay, here you will get different options, right? Compass. So we have to select MongoDB for VS Code. Okay, and here you will get that connection string, right? So copy this connection string. Done. And you can also paste connection string in your code, right? So this is how we can connect to database, right? Now for connecting into databases, we need some another package, right? Just we have installed Express package for creating server. So we need some other package so that we can connect to database and we can make operations into that database, right? So for that, I'm going to use Mongoose as a database. Sorry, as a package. Okay, so I can write Mongoose. Let us hit enter, and I have to write Mongoose MongoDB. Okay, so here is the documentation of Mongoose. So you can see what is Mongoose. It is elegant MongoDB object modeling for Node.js. Okay, so we will use this package for dealing with MongoDB objects and modeling into Node.js, right? So let us go back to our code, and here I'll stop the server and I'll install this package. So npm install mongoose. Okay, so you can see mongoose is installed. So now you can import it just like we have imported Express. So I can write const mongoose is equals to require mongoose, right? Now we can connect to the databases. So I'll make one function. Okay, so function connect db. So connect database. I'm creating a function. and here I'll give a try and catch block. Okay, so that we can do better error handling, and I'll log the error to the console. And in the try, what we need to do, I'll make one variable const, okay, connection is equals to, and okay, now we are connecting to a cloud database, so it will take some time to connect, right? So things which will take time, we will make them as asynchronous. So I'm making this function as async because this function will take time to connect to database. And then we can wait for which thing we have to wait, the connection. So I can write mongoose dot connect method, and here you have to give that URI string, right? So this is our string. You can cut it from here and simply paste it. Okay, and you have to also give your password for the database. So this is our password. So cut it and paste it here, right? And at the last of this string, you can give the name of your database. So my name of the database will be node server. Okay, now let us come to the next line. Here also we can give one console log. Okay, so what we can give, that MongoDB connected, right? Just for the confirmation that it is connected, right? Now what we can do, we can run our server and check it. Node index. So you can see server is started at port 5000, and let us see MongoDB is connecting or not. Okay, MongoDB will not connect. Okay, I have done a small mistake. Okay, we have implemented the function, but we haven't called this function. So we will call this function. So I'll make this function an immediately invoked function so that it can be called itself. Now we will once again restart the server. So you can see server is started at port 5000 and MongoDB is also connected, right? So now MongoDB is connected. So what we can do, we can share data with MongoDB, right? We can do some database operations. Okay, so here what I will do, we will perform the CRUD operations. Okay, so first of all, we will do a create operation on the database. Then we will do the read operation. Then we will do the update operation, and we will do the delete operation, right? So these are the four operations that I have to perform on this MongoDB database, right? So for all these operations, I'll make APIs. So for create, I will make a post API. Okay. And let us say example, we are building a server for our e-commerce website. Okay. So we need a API to create one product. Okay. So in this API, I will create a product. So app.post product. Okay, now you have to give a request handler function, which is a callback function. All right, and this callback function will get a request, comma, response, and here we can send anything. Okay, so now you can see the syntax will be the same. So here also we have followed the same syntax, and here also we are following the same syntax, right? Now for creating some entry in the database, we will use post API. Now how to check this post API? You can go to extensions, and there are some tools by which you can check or test your APIs. So here in the extension, you can search for Thunder client, and here you can see lightweight REST API client for VS Code. So install it. So trust publisher and install. So you can see Thunder client is installed. Okay, here we can make a new request, and where we have to send the request. So HTTP colon slash slash, and our server is at localhost colon 5000, and let us send. Okay, so you are getting hello world, right? So this tool act as a client for your server, right? So you can send requests from this tool. Okay, now we have to post the data. We have to send the data from client to our server so that we can create it into the databases. So how you can post the data? So our API will be product, okay, slash product, yes. And in the body, you can give some JSON data so that it can be sent to the server. So let us make some products data. So every product will have a title. Okay. So title I can give iPhone. Okay. Then every product will have a price. So we can give a price. Okay. Then every product will have a category. Okay. And this category is mobile. Right. So I have successfully created a request which will post data to the server. Right. So now what we need to do, first we need to make the schema for this object. Okay. So we have to create a schema in MongoDB. So for creating a schema, what you can do, okay, here I'll create it. So I'll make another variable const product schema is equals to, okay, I can use mongoose package. So mongoose dot schema, right? And here you have to give one object, and inside this object you just have to define what will be the structure of your database, right? So our data will have one title, and it is a string. So I'm writing title string. Then we will have one price. Okay, so price will be a number, and we will have one category, and category will be a string, right? So I have successfully created a schema. Now you have to create a model of this out of this schema. So once again, I'll write const product. So this is the variable in which I'll save my model. And here I can write mongoose dot model function. And inside this function, we have to write the name of the model. So product, and it is asking me the schema. So we can give product schema, right? So I have successfully created a model. Now what we can do, we can make our handler function asynchronous, right? And here now I can do any operations on the databases through this model. Okay. So let us give try and catch here also. And here also we will log the error. Okay. And in the try, what we will do, we will create the product, right? So let us console log. Okay, let us log to the console. So from where we will get the data? Okay, from our request. Okay, we are sending from here. So in request body, we will get the data. So here I can write request req dot body. Okay, so we are getting a request here, and in the body we will get the data. Okay, then our data is in JSON, right? So for that we have to use one middleware. So app dot use, and here we will write express.json. Okay, now let us restart our server. Control C, node index, server started, MongoDB connected, and post the data. Now you can see I'm getting one title, price, and category, right? So now I can save this data to my MongoDB. So what you have to do now? So instead of console logging it, okay, what we can do? I'll write await, okay, capital product, our model dot create method, and here I'll just pass the request dot body as the argument. Okay, and we will send some response. So response dot send, okay, product added successfully. Okay, now let us see. Let us run our server again, and now if I send it, so you can see product added successfully, and Let us check the database. So let us go to the dashboard, and you have to go to browse collections. Okay, and here you can see our database node server, and inside we have products. And inside the product, you can see I have successfully added one product, that is iPhone, right? Let us add one more product. So iPad. Okay, let us cost it as 90,000, and its category is tablet. Okay, let us send it once again. So you can see product added successfully. Once again, check in the database and refresh your database. So where is the refresh button? Yes, this is the refresh button. And now you can see I've added iPhone also and iPad also. Okay. Now we have successfully implemented the create operation. We are able to create data in the database. Now let us make the read operation. So read operation is very simple. So app.get, we have to get the data from the server. API will be the same slash product, and once again we will make one callback function. Okay, and we will name it as request comma response. Okay, we will make this function as async, and here we will give try and catch. Okay, and let us log the error. And in the try, what we have to do, we will make one variable const products, okay, is equals to our model product, and we will run the find function. Okay, and we will await it. And what we need to do, we will send response dot send. We will send all our products to the user, right? Now once again I'll close my server and I'll run node index. Server is started, MongoDB connected. Now I can change this post method to get method, and I'll click send. You can see I am getting the products that I've created in the database. Okay, now what is the next thing? We have to make update. So update is also very simple. So app dot put. Okay, and here we will write slash product. Okay, now here I'll add one more thing that is known as the parameter. Okay, why we are taking parameter here? Because for updating an object, we need to know which object to be updated, right? So for that, I'll take the ID of the object. So that is why I'm writing product slash colon ID. Colon ID is the parameter, right? So here I'll write request and response. So, and here I'll write try and catch. Okay, and here I'll log it to the console. So error, right? And in the try, what we will do, we will update that product. Okay, so first we will, for updating, what we can do, we can await. Okay, we have to run a method that is product dot find one and update. Okay, so this is another method by which you can find one element and update it on the basis of your search. So first I'll search the element. So underscore id should be equals to request dot params dot id. Okay, so this id is the id which we will give from our API. Okay, from here. Now, what will be the second thing? The updated data that will come from request.body. Okay. And why it is telling me await? Okay, we have to make this function async. And what we will send here? So response dot send product updated successfully. Right. Let us cancel it and run it once again. Server is started. Now instead of get, we will write put, and product. For product, let us update the iPad. Okay, let us make the price of iPad as 95,000. So copy this ID, paste your ID here, and it is a put operation, right? And what you can change, you can change the price from 90 to 95. Now let us send. You can see product updated successfully. Get all the products once again. So I'll cut this id and send. So now you can see our ipad is having 95,000 mrp. Okay, next thing is the delete. So delete is same as the update. So I'll just copy this block of code. Okay, and I'll paste it here. Right. So now instead of find one and update, you have to run find one and delete. Okay, and you will not give any body here. Okay, so there will be only one argument, that is id. And here we will write product removed. Yeah, product deleted successfully. Right. And instead of app.put, we will have app.delete API. Okay, so I guess everything is working fine. And node index. Now let us try to delete this iPad. So I'll copy this ID. Okay, I'll paste it here, and if I send, okay, we have to change the method delete send. So you can see product deleted successfully. Once again, get all the products and see iPad is coming or not. So you can see only iPhone is coming. Right. So like this, you can make a basic server with the help of Express and MongoDB. Right. So you can see I have just written around 60 lines of code. Okay, in 60 lines of code, I have implemented a server with all the APIs and database integration. Okay, so this is how we can do it. Right. So I guess everyone got it. Okay, now you guys can ask me the questions if you have any questions regarding what we have did. Okay, thank you, Saravanan. Okay, thanks for your feedback. Sir, can I get this code? Yes, I will. I will share the code with you. Sir, what is env file? .env file is used to secure our credentials. Okay, inside the server. So what we can do? Okay, I can write Control C, and here I can install one package npm i.env. Okay. So .env is the package by which we secure our credentials. So here you can see I have exposed one credential into the code. Okay. So there is my MongoDB connection string inside the code. Okay. Now I don't want to expose any credential or sensitive information inside my code. So with the help of .env, I can keep my credentials secure inside a project. So for using .env, what you have to do, you have to write const, or we can just simply require. So require, okay, dot env, and inside this what we have to write config function. So now what you can do, you can make one file that will be known as dot env. Okay, and here I will save my mongo uri is equals to, and I'll cut this from here. Okay, and I'll paste it here. Now what you need to do, here you can write process dot env, okay, dot mongo underscore uri. Okay, once again let us run our server. So node index. So you can see it is running fine, and I have successfully removed my credentials from the code. Now they are secure in this file. Okay, so now I'm not exposing anything inside my code. Okay, so I guess you got how we can use .env file. यस पूर्वेश, थोड़ा फास्ट आपको लगेगा, राइट? क्योंकि नोड वगैरह एक्सप्रेस ये सब चीजों सर्वर बनाने के लिए आपका कोर जावास्क्रिप्ट काफी स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए। ओके, सो आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप इस वीडियो को दोबारा देख सकते हैं, राइट। एक बार समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, 2 बार देखो, 2 बार समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, 3 बार देखो। ओके, सो समझ में आएगा। जस्ट यू हैव टू वॉच इट केयरफुली एंड यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस इट। वेयर इट्स यूज्ड, सर्वर इज यूज्ड एवरीवेयर। ओके, सो यूट्यूब पर जो अभी हमारा लाइव चल रहा है ये भी किसी सर्वर से कनेक्ट होकर ही चल रहा है। ओके, सर्वर मतलब इंटरनेट का आप यूज कर रहे हो, आप किसी ना किसी सर्वर का यूज कर रहे हो। बेसिक से स्टार्ट कीजिए। ठीक है, अब इस वेबिनार का टॉपिक था कि भाई नोड से बैकएंड बनाना है, सो दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम हियर। यस, वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग यूट्यूब पर रहने वाली है, सो उसकी चिंता आप मत करो। ठीक है, आपको वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगी। Do we have any more ways for database integration? Yes, you can integrate it with the Atlas. You can also integrate this server with the SQL database. You can also integrate this server with your local database. That is the, for that you will use MongoDB Compass. Okay, so there are many ways. We are not only limited to Atlas. Okay, why I am choosing Atlas here? Because it is a cloud database and it will be available every time. So that is why I am using Atlas. Sir, can you explain in detail what is RESTful APIs? Okay. So RESTful APIs are simply CRUD APIs that we have created here. Okay. So here in this code also, I have created RESTful APIs. So REST, what does REST means? REST is the short form of representational state transfer. Okay, now what is this representational state transfer? So ये एक आर्किटेक्चरल पैटर्न या डिजाइन बोल सकते हो जिसके ऊपर आप अपने एपीआईज को बनाते हो। सो मैं सिंपली बता देता हूं कि ये क्या होता है। रेस्ट एपीआईज में बस स्क्रड के फॉर्म में आपकी एपीआईज होनी चाहिए कि आपकी एपीआईज क्रिएट कर सके, रीड कर सके, डिलीट कर सके, अपडेट कर सके डेटा फ्रॉम द डेटाबेस। दैट्स इट। और वो रेस्टफुल एपीआईज होती हैं। और फिर रेस्टफुल एपीआईज की कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं जैसे स्टेटलेसनेस और ठीक है और भी चीजें, तो आप उसके बारे में डिटेल में यहाँ पर पढ़ सकते हो। अगर मैं सर्च करूँ रेस्ट एपीआई, ओके, सो व्हाट इज रेस्टफुल एपीआई, यहाँ पर आपको एक मिल जाता है आर्टिकल। ओके, और भी जगह आपको ये आर्टिकल मिल जाएंगे। सो आईबीएम का भी एक आर्टिकल है, सो आईबीएम के आर्टिकल पर आप जाकर देख सकते हैं व्हाट इज रेस्ट एपीआई। सो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो रेस्ट एपीआई इज एप्लीकेशन प्रोग्रामिंग एक एपीआई होती है दैट कन्फर्म्स टू द डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशनल स्टेट ट्रांसफर। इसका फुल फॉर्म ये होता है। और जैसा मैंने बताया ये एक आर्किटेक्चरल स्टाइल या एक पैटर्न है जो हम फॉलो करते हैं। ओके, और यहाँ पर वही उसकी प्रॉपर्टीज आ गई हैं, स्टेटलेसनेस, कैशेबिलिटी और हाउ रेस्ट एपीआईज वर्क। अब जो मेन चीज आपको याद रखनी है यही कि जो रेस्ट एपीआईज होती हैं वो क्रड के फॉर्म में होती हैं। दैट मीन्स यू शुड बी एबल टू क्रिएट, ओके, पोस्ट एपीआई की मदद से आप एक न्यू रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट कर सको, पुट की मदद से आप अपडेट कर सको, डिलीट की मदद से डिलीट कर सको और गेट की मदद से रिट्रीव कर सको। सो अभी भी हमने अपने इसमें रेस्ट एपीआईज ही बनाई हैं। ओके, and one more thing guys, we also have one python mini course. Okay, so अगर आप उसके लिए interested हैं तो आप you can also go to our website that is collected.com. Okay, and you can go to skill pass. Okay, and here you will get our python mini course, right? So these are mini courses, and if you want to pursue any major courses, these are our major courses. So full stack development career program, we have business analyst, we have data science, okay, data analytics, cyber security, and DevOps and cloud engineering. So there are different domains on which we provide different courses, right? If data will post on same id, then it will get error or not on both ways like static or dynamic. If we are posting data with the same id, okay, in SQL it will create error, but in MongoDB it will not create an error because in MongoDB we don't need to assign any id. Okay, so MongoDB automatically assigns a id whenever you will create a record. सो आईडीज की टेंशन करना MongoDB में जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है। ओके, एसिंक अवेट बता दीजिए। एसिंक अवेट हम क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? देखो, हम अपने सर्वर से कहां पर डेटा भेज रहे हैं? इस एटलस पे। ओके, सो एटलस कहां पर है? किसी दूसरे क्लाउड पे है, और सर्वर कहां पर है? हमारे लोकल होस्ट पे, राइट। सो सर्वर से जब डेटाबेस पर डेटा जाएगा तो उसमें टाइम लगेगा। ओके, टाइम क्यों लगेगा? क्योंकि भाई हम यहां से डेटा भेजेंगे, क्लाउड पर जाएगा, वैलिडेट होगा, स्टोर होगा, सो इट विल टेक सम टाइम, राइट। सो जो चीजें टाइम लेती हैं प्रोग्रामिंग के अंदर, उनको हैंडल करने के लिए हम एसिंक अवेट का यूज करते हैं। ओके, ओके, एनी मोर डाउट? सर मैं ऐप डेवलप कर रहा हूं तो मुझे उसमें एक ऐप का सर्वर कनेक्ट करना है, कैसे करें? ठीक है, मैंने बताया ना, एक सर्वर पहले बनाना पड़ेगा और फिर आप किसी भी एप्लीकेशन से एपीआई को रिक्वेस्ट भेज सकते हो। जैसे हम ब्राउजर से भी भेज सकते हैं। तो मैं अगर यहाँ पर लिखूं लोकल होस्ट 5000, मुझे यहाँ पर मिल रहा था हेलो वर्ल्ड, राइट। अगर मैं यहाँ पर लिखूं स्लैश प्रोडक्ट, तो यहाँ पर भी मुझे मिलेंगे वो सारे प्रोडक्ट, राइट। So you just have to call the APIs into your application. This Python course is basic to advanced. Okay, yes, यहाँ पर आपको basic to advanced सारी चीजें मिल जाएंगी, but it is a fast paced course. ये एक मिनी कोर्स है। सर्वर कनेक्शन में डेटाबेस एपीआई से कॉल करें। डेटाबेस को हम एपीआई से ही कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं भाई। ठीक है, हर चीज को कनेक्ट करने के लिए एक एपीआई होगी। डेटाबेस को कनेक्ट करने के लिए भी एपीआई है, सर्वर से कनेक्ट करने के लिए भी एपीआईज लगेंगी। ओके, कैन यू सजेस्ट मी द बेस्ट प्रोजेक्ट आइडिया? बेस्ट प्रोजेक्ट आइडिया तो यही है कि कोई बड़ा एक प्लेटफॉर्म बना सकते हो, ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म, वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म। ओके, ये एक प्रोजेक्ट काफी होता है, ये एक प्रोजेक्ट आपको बहुत कुछ सिखा देता है। सर इसको डिप्लॉय करके भी बता दो। ठीक है, डिप्लॉय करने के लिए हमारे पास इतना टाइम नहीं बचा है अभी। ओके, सो अगले टाइम मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि कम से कम टाइम में उसको डिप्लॉय कर सकूं। हाँ भाई, आपने क्या पूछा है? सर हाउ कैन वी गेट सर्टिफिकेट? मैं बता चुका हूँ। ठीक है, सर्टिफिकेट आपको लेना है तो आपको एक क्विज का लिंक मिलने वाला है अभी, और उस लिंक पर जाकर आपको क्विज देना है, और क्या बोलते हैं, आपको वो आ जाएगा, क्या बोलते हैं, सर्टिफिकेट ईमेल पर, है ना। सर प्लीज आंसर माय क्वेश्चन। भैया आपने क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा है मिस्टर अमन? ठीक है, दोबारा पूछ लो जरा, मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है। रिसेंटली ज्वाइन सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग कोर्स, देन मुझे एपीआई रेस्टफुल कम काम आएगा क्या? हाँ बिल्कुल। ठीक है, आप एक सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टर हो, आप हो सकता है आपको सर्वर की एपीआई टेस्ट करने दे दी जाए, राइट। सो एपीआईज तो भाई हर जगह यूज होंगी, चाहे आप मोबाइल ऐप में काम कर रहे हो, चाहे आप वेब ऐप में काम कर रहे हो, एपीआईज आर एवरीवेयर। बिना एपीआईज के कुछ इंटीग्रेट नहीं हो सकता। सर डेवऑप्स का कोर्स है कोई? यस, वी आल्सो हैव डेवऑप्स इन क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग। ओके, राइट। अब ये क्विज का लिंक आ चुका है भाई, सो जिसको सर्टिफिकेट, ठीक है, सो सर्टिफिकेट जिसको चाहिए, अब वो क्या कर सकता है, इस लिंक पर जाए, मैं आपको करके दिखा देता हूँ। सो ऐसा आपको एक पेज पर चले जाओगे आप यहाँ पर क्लिक कर सकते हो स्टार्ट टेस्ट। ओके, फिर आपको यहाँ पर क्या करना पड़ेगा, लॉग इन करना पड़ेगा। सो आप लॉग इन कर लीजिए। ठीक है, हम लॉग इन कर लेते हैं आईडी से। ओके, कंटिन्यू। ठीक है, सो ये आपसे चीजें मांगेगा अलग अलग, आप इसको भर देना। ठीक है, और आपका जो क्विज है वो ओपन हो जाएगा, और क्विज को देने के बाद आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा। वेब डिजाइनिंग कहाँ से करूं सर? आंसर मी प्लीज। वेब डिजाइनिंग के लिए सबसे पहले आप यूआई यूएक्स सीखिए। ओके, यूआई के प्रिंसिपल्स क्या होते हैं, कैसे फॉन्ट्स यूज करने चाहिए, कैसे कलर्स यूज करने चाहिए, थीम्स कैसे बनानी है, लेआउट्स कैसे बनाने हैं, डिजाइन कैसे बनाने हैं। फिर यूएक्स के बारे में पढ़िए, बटन्स का साइज कितना होना चाहिए, क्या ऑप्टिमल साइजेस होते हैं। सो इस तरीके से आप वेब डिजाइन को स्टार्ट करके फिर वेब डेवलपमेंट में भी जा सकते हो। ओके, व्हेन विल स्टार्ट डेवऑप्स एंड क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग? ठीक है, डेवऑप्स एंड क्लाउड इंजीनियरिंग के भी होते रहते हैं बूट कैंप, सो उसका नोटिफिकेशन आपको आ जाएगा। राइट। और आप लोग मुझसे भी कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, सो यू जस्ट हैव टू सर्च माय नेम ओके ऑन गूगल, ठीक है। और आप जैसे ही नाम सर्च करेंगे मेरा, सो ठीक है, यहाँ पर मेरी प्रोफाइल नहीं आ रही है, ठीक है, लेकिन गूगल पर करेंगे तो आ जाएगी। ये ब्रेव ब्राउजर है, हम लेट अस गो टू गूगल, ठीक है। गूगल पर अगर आप मेरा नाम डालेंगे, सो यू विल गेट माय प्रोफाइल ऑन द टॉप, ओके। सो आप मुझसे लिंक्डइन पर भी कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, राइट। सो हियर इज माय लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल। कोई चैनल चैनल बहुत सारे चैनल्स हैं वेब डिजाइन सीखने के लिए, राइट। आप बस उस चैनल को पकड़ लीजिए जिसकी लैंग्वेज आपको आसानी से समझ में आए, ठीक है। ये मत देखिए कि इस चैनल के व्यूज ज्यादा हैं, इस चैनल के सब्सक्राइबर्स ज्यादा हैं, तो यहां से पढ़ना अच्छा रहेगा। वहां से पढ़िए जहां से आपको समझ में आता है, ओके। ठीक है। सो सेंड द क्विज लिंक, ओके। क्विज लिंक को मैं पिन कर देता हूँ, राइट। सो ये है क्विज लिंक, आई विल पिन दिस इन द मैसेजेस। तो अब सबसे ऊपर आपको क्विज लिंक मिल जाएगी। डज env मीन्स एनवायरमेंट? यस, ओके। डीएसए में कितने क्वेश्चन करने चाहिए? जब तक सांसें हैं, जब तक करने चाहिए, ठीक है। सो वंस अगेन माय लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल, ओके। सर्टिफिकेट वैलिड है कि? यस, इट इज वैलिड, ओके। राइट, सो I guess let's call it a day. Okay. So thank you guys. So thanks for being my audience, and hopefully we will meet in our next webinar. So thank you guys. Thank you all, and happy coding.